Almost all supermarket fruit and veg is graded, using strict cosmetic standards that define to the millimetre exactly what's acceptable. According to Ollie, most farmers are just too scared to speak out and criticise the supermarkets that pay them. Are you effectively producing at cost at the moment?
Yes. Yes.
Do you expect to make a profit on the farm this year?
No.
None?
None.
Right. Really? How long has it been like that? How long have we been in that cycle?
Probably longer than is good for us as a family business.
If this continues, what's the future?
Closure, basically.
Arguably, you should be pulling the plug right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Grandfather was around today, he would have said, guys, you've done your best. You're up against the odds now. Let's call it a day. Yeah. What's the point coming up here 7 days a week to do this for nothing? Just to keep my girls in, a place of work.
You're upset, aren't you?
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I mean, they're just such great products, aren't they?
Mm. And they're grown with so much passion. Where's Ollie gone? Has he been? Oh, he's upset too now. It's a big fight.
Yeah.
A big, big fight.
We haven't yet mentioned the name of the supermarket you mainly supply. Are you happy to tell me who they are?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So who are these parsnips being supplied to?
They were destined for Morrisons.
Is that the only supermarket you supply?
Yes.
28 shopping trolleys full. And from here, it doesn't look like we've even made a dent in your pile.
No, no.
Such a waste.
It's been a long time coming, this interview, more than 6 months, and so I'm quite fired up. But at the same time, I'm a bit conflicted because although I'm really angry about the Hammonds and what's happened to their farm, this is also a great opportunity. I mean, Morrisons have done a trial, which we're going to talk about today, of cosmetically graded out vegetables. Maybe they could be the first supermarket to really do things differently. Head of Communications, Julian Bailey, and Head of Corporate Responsibility, Steve Butts, have assured me that they'll consider expanding the veg trial to other stores if it's proved popular with their customers.
So we've been selling Class 1 courgettes and alongside them some Class 2 courgettes.
Yes.
Pound for pound, they were the same price. And what we found was that the Class 1 courgettes sold about twice as quickly as the Class 2 courgettes.
At the same price?
At the same price.
Not a massive surprise there, is it? Because you're calling one... I mean, nobody's saying there's zero difference between the two products. You're a supermarket. You're very good at selling stuff. If it was your problem, I'm sure you'd solve it. What a shame that Morrisons won't look seriously at relaxing the cosmetic standards across all their produce. Morrisons customers, I really need you to step up at this point, because if you don't tell these guys to do it, they're not going to do it. So come on, tell them that you don't mind that much about cosmetic standards, that you'd like to see farmers and suppliers being treated really, really fairly. Many of our supermarkets have responded with new ranges of cosmetically imperfect fruit and veg, which are available in stores right now. I'm catching up with waste campaigner Tristram Stewart to get his take on it. Are these new lines of wonky, imperfect, less than perfect veg, are they really helping to reduce the piles of waste? Would that be over-optimistic?
I think it could be a step in that direction, Hugh. I think we have to be mindful that at the moment, the scale that these projects are going out on is really quite small. There's still an awful lot of waste of exactly the kind we've been talking about still going on. If this becomes mainstream so that those cosmetic standards are relaxed across the board and permanently, then that is what victory looks like.
Well, I've managed to track down one farmer who has been given a bit of cosmetic wiggle room by some of the supermarkets. At least for the time being. Hi, David. Hi. David Simmons grows cauliflowers for 5 of the UK's biggest supermarkets.
Well, Morrisons have turned around and relaxed the specification on the looseness around the side.
Well done, Morrisons.
Yeah, and also they've given us a slight tolerance on colour so that we can go slightly more off-white. We do need the support of the supermarket and work as a partnership and work as a team together. And it just needs a little nudge from people like yourself to try and say, you know, take these blemishes, you know, support the British farmer, because if we're not, we're gone.
Quite a lot of the cauliflowers haven't been cut and are going to go to waste. But the upside is that actually a lot of them have been cut, and that could so easily have not been the case. In fact, this whole field would have been written off if the supermarkets hadn't actually relaxed their cosmetic standards, talked to the farmer, introduced a wonky veg line to help move them along. A whole field, 120,000 collies totally wasted, or make the best of a difficult situation and harvest maybe half of them, and they're on the shelves and we can all eat them. I mean, spot the difference.
Morrisons aren't the only ones to rise to the challenge. I'm delighted to say that since 300,000 of you signed my pledge demanding that cosmetic standards be relaxed, there have been encouraging changes from most of the other supermarkets too. M&S, Lidl, Aldi and the Co-op have all told me that they're easing up the specs on some of their British-grown produce. Mostly carrots, onions and potatoes. But to seriously reduce the waste of perfectly good food, it's vital that our retailers relax cosmetic standards across all their fruit and veg lines. And they'll only do this if we keep asking for change.